Merry meet and welcome to our stream. This is Ariel and this is Witchy Wednesday, and I have a couple things that we're going to do today. And I was going to pull up a question that I have, but I can't seem to find it. Let's see if I can Let's see if I can find it. I had it and then it left my... Anyway, while I'm finding that, just as a reminder, we are here each and every Wednesday for some sort of witchiness. And we are here for magic streams Wednesday through Sunday at 10:15 a.m. Pacific time. And, oh, I think I found it. Okay, well, shoot. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's the question. Before I forget, I was in response. It doesn't have anything really to do with what we're doing today, but I wanted to make sure I got it out there. It was on the YouTube channel, and I figured I would do it here since that person may not even see it or care, but since this was a decent question, I thought I would take it here. It was on Psalm 28, spell to subdue what attacks your peace. The response was, "This is problematic. I cannot accept that God loves evil people who have no good in them, and they do exist, and they are worthless since they choose to be evil." Okay, so I wanted to just respond to that. It wasn't really a question, but that comment. I can understand where you're coming from. There are really evil, seemingly very evil people out there that choose to do evil. I understand where you're coming from. It's really hard to see how they could ever be anything other than evil. But when you say that I cannot accept that God loves evil people, you have to understand that what you're calling God is probably different than what maybe what I was calling infinite intelligence or God. Infinite intelligence is not judging. It doesn't judge like we do. Infinite intelligence extends as love. And so all souls that God extends as love are equal from God's point of view, from infinite intelligence's point of view. And infinite intelligence doesn't see the dream that we see. We're all kind of asleep in this dream here. And infinite intelligence, just like if your little puppy or your little daughter or your little son or whatever, your baby was having a bad dream, you wouldn't necessarily know what they're dreaming, but you'd know that they were in distress, and you would want to gently wake them up. Well, that's what infinite intelligence wants for us. And so the idea that you think that what you're calling God sees the dream that we're experiencing and sees the person as evil and doesn't love them is incorrect. It just is incorrect. Infinite intelligence loves every single soul equally, no matter what you think that they've done and no matter what your judgment on them is. And I know that you have a hard time with that, and I can totally understand that, but it's really important to be aware that infinite intelligence doesn't come from a place of hatred, because infinite intelligence doesn't have anything to hate. Because from the perspective of the divine, we are all divine. We are all souls of perfect infinite love, regardless of what we seem to be doing here as egos and personalities. Hopefully that helps you. Like I said, you may not hear this, you may not care, but somebody else might benefit from your question. So thank you for your statement. One other question I had, well, it wasn't a question, it was another statement. They said, it was on my post that was talking about superstition, and that how some people use their tools as if they are special magical things. And what I teach is that our magical tools are important, but they are symbols that our deep mind uses. But the tools themselves have little or no magical power in and of themselves. And this person says, fully disagree. If the, quote, tools are useless, then why use them? Why not just focus the energy without them? You can't. If it were that easy, we'd all be just wishing things into existence, and that's not how stuff works. Herbs, etc., 100% do affect magic and enhance it and give off their own vibrations and energy. Everything organic does, even a rock. To say that they're basically unimportant is incredibly ignorant in and of itself. They have properties that literally physically affect the working of a spell due to its energy alone. Okay, well, I never said that tools aren't effective, nor did I say that they are useless or unimportant. I just want to make sure that you're using your tools and that your tools aren't using you. And while I agree that they are important, you can work magic without tools. You absolutely can work very effective magic without tools. And we teach you how to do that. And if you believe that those rocks have more power than you do, or those herbs have more power than you do, or that the magic words have more power than you do, then you're going to be dealing with that as your reality. But the truth is that nothing has more power than you do. You are the power, and you're the magician. And if you are from that point of view that rocks are more powerful than your mind, then you're going to experience the reality that those rocks are more powerful than your mind. And that's just how it's going to be. So if you want to live superstitiously, you have every right to do that. But that's not how I teach things. So I'm sorry that seemed to upset you. But while I agree that our symbols are very powerful and very important, and we should respect them, and we're going to work with some symbols today, we don't want to misunderstand and think that our tools are more powerful than our mind. The tools are there simply to augment the power of our mind, and that's what they're there for. And I have many, many different talks on this topic. So, but thank you both for those two wonderful statements. And just as a reminder, if you have any questions, you can put them right in the chat thread. I will get to them before the end of the stream. We do have a little bit of a long stream ahead of us, I think. Maybe not. I'm going to try not to make it too long. And but I will get to your questions if you have any. And just as a reminder, we also have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. And we make a small commission off of each and every sale, so we do appreciate your support. And hopefully, we are going to, let's see, I'm just pulling up my chat thread so I don't miss anybody. Okay, great. All right, so let's get going with today's spell. We're going to do a type of love spell today. Now, this is going to be a spell for love that is for divine love. Now, if you need love in your life, if you are looking for a mate or something like that, this will help with that. But it's not specifically only for that. This is to bring divine love into your existence. And what we're going to do is we're going to be enchanting some candy. Now, if you can't eat candy, if you have a sugar problem and you can't eat candy, you can substitute sugar-free candy, or you can use the candy like what we're using and simply bury it in the garden instead of eating it. That works just fine. And I've left one of my tools over on the other side of the room, so just give me a second and enjoy the flames of the fire. Speaking of tools, we're going to be using a ton of tools today. We love tools, and we love to use tools, and we love spells, so we're going to do some. So let's see, here's my overhead camera. Okay, the first thing we have to do before we do the rest of the spell is we have to make our little talisman. So I've got a square sheet of paper here. Seems like my camera is a little bit off. Well, I'm so sorry to do this to everybody. I'm going to restart my camera real quick. Hold on just a moment. This is bugging me. Let's disconnect and reconnect because it's really not doing well. It's just going to be one of those days, and I'm just going to be okay with it because sometimes you just have to be okay with the day the way it is. There's my camera. All right, let's do it again. Oh, this is better. I can tell already. Oh, Yay. Okay, so we start out with a square sheet of paper. We're going to need for this talisman just a light pencil, a ruler, and a compass. And we're going to use also a pink pen. All right. First thing we do to make the talisman is find the center of the square. So just take this nice light pencil. You want it just be super light. Oh, I forgot my eraser, but that's okay. We're just going to go so light that you won't even see it. So here's my center. Yeah, you can't even see that, so that's fine. You can see that there's a little dot there. All right, so then what I want to do is let's just do the circles. So I'm going to take the same really light pencil and stick it in my compass. And let's make circles, even circles. Oh, I should have done it this way. Ariel is not so together today. Okay, let's do, I think like maybe here, half an inch is fine. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 little circles, half an inch apart. Really lightly, because we don't really want to see these. These are just for guides, because we're going to be doing some handwriting. I love handwriting spells. I've still got my handwriting course that is almost finished, but boy, has it taken me forever. Everything has taken me forever lately, just because I've been working so many hours. So some concentric circles. We're not doing a spiral. And then this last one, I think I'll just do in pink. Well, no, I won't, because I'm just going to cut it out, so I don't need to do it in pink. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do this last one here. This will be my cutting guide. And then I'll do this last one in pink. Will this fit, though? Will this fit? That's the question. Barely. Oops. No. It's one way to put pink on the paper there, Ariel. Okay, this will be good. Okay, I got this outer circle in pink. Let's take this pen out of here. It's driving me cray-cray. All right, now, so what we do is we start out by signing our name in the center of this first circle 3 times. So I'm not going to put my name, I'm just going to put name. So this is generic. Like that. Name. Your name. And then around this first circle, we're going to write the name of the archangel Ariel in a continuous line. Just make sure that it always connects, you know? Well, that wasn't a very good A. Oops, I'm off kilter here. Just connect them. All right. And then on this second larger circle, we write attract tender love over and over and over again. So I'm going to do this all lowercase. This is not my spell. This is one that I was taught. So I'm trying to do it as best as I can the way it was taught to me. And then I'm just going to go like this. Now I want to just cross all my T's. Okay, and then this last circle, she had me do sweet joy, sweet grace over and over again. So it's sweet joy, sweet grace, sweet joy, sweet grace. And you try to do it in cursive with everything connected, and then just, do your best to make sure that you connect each line. Okay, let's see. There's a T, 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 dot, T, T dot, T dotting the J's. Sweet joy, sweet grace. Okay, there's that. Now let's just go ahead and I didn't bring my scissors. Hang on. Sorry. Oh, no, I did. Good. Phew. I'm going to just use this outer guide to cut my... I kind of used too big of a margin. That's all right. I'm not cutting as well as I normally do either. I think I'm rushing. I just don't want this. Stream to last 17 hours, But I guess it's okay if it does. All right, that's all we need this board for, this drawing board, so we can put this away. Oops. And I'm going to use my altar pinnacle here. Need that. Put this in the center. I'm going to need 3 pink candles. So let's anoint these first. So I've got some anointing oil here. And you know how I just make my anointing oil with a pinch of salt. I've got some holders here. We want these in a triangle facing upward. So we're going to anoint from the center up to the wick and the center down to the base. Now, this person likes to, that taught me this spell a while back, likes to inscribe the name of Ariel on the candle. And I'm just not going to do that today. But you can if you like. I just am not going to. I find that this is plenty. All right. Now, if you like to use incense, you can burn rose incense or sandalwood incense. But I'm going to use some rose perfume. Now, this is a little bit pricey, this rose perfume. We have it in the shop, this Yardley. But there is a rose perfume that's also in the shop that's much less expensive, and it's really nice. And it's this Murray and Landman version. So if you like that, you can use that. Now, you can anoint this with a rose oil also. But I'm just going to use this for both incense and oil. And so I'll do 3 sprays right on the talisman. And then you can also do it in the 4 quarters if you like. I just don't need that much incense. Now you're going to put a rose quartz at the base of each of these candles. Did I forget my matches? I did. Oops. Ariel. Get with the program here, Ariel. Wake up. I did sleep well. I like these little rose quartz shaped in the heart for this. This is nice. Okay, and then for the candy, I'm going to use these honey drops. But you could use chocolate. Chocolate is sacred also. Honey is really sacred to Sakiel, but in this case, it's also a good one for Ariel. So I'm going to put these honey candies at the base of each of these candles as well. Oops. Now, I put a small, I'm going to take some salt, and I'm just going to draw a little bit of a salt triangle here. Doesn't have to be perfect. That is housing this whole operation. And then on top of that, I'm going to put some rose petals. Now, if you have some, if you have some, just some long stem roses, you could use that as your triangle, but I don't have that. So I'm just going to use some dried rose petals. And you don't need a ton. Just enough. Okay. Now, let me get my matches. One moment, please. Oh, see, this didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. I tell you, organizing things is not always the smartest idea for me because then I can't find them again. I think it's the Aquarius in me. I do better with a little bit of organized chaos than absolute organization. All right, but I got it. All right, so now we light these candles. This is best performed on a Friday during the waxing moon, or if you're doing it on a Wednesday like we are. If you can do it during an Ariel hour, a Venus hour, that's great. All right, so now what we want is a knock of 7 times. And then you slowly take some breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you feel the presence of Ariel, the archangel of Venus, and love and grace, moving into your space. If you have a spoken invocation, you can use that as well, but it's not necessary. And you just feel that presence of Ariel, that presence of the Archangel of Love, imbuing every aspect of your body, mind, and affairs with divine love. And wherever there is a perceived lack of love, you are letting Ariel fill that space up for you. Okay, and you can stay in that meditation for as long as you like. Now, what you have here are 6 very potent charms. You have rose quartz and candy. So what you can do is you can take the salt and the rose petals and put them in a bag, a charm bag if you'd like. And you can also include 1 or more of these rose quartz in there if you like. But what I like to do for this spell, in addition to the candy, is I like to give these to people who I feel could use more love in their life. And I don't have to tell them anything about the fact that they're charmed. I can just say, this is a wonderful stone just to keep you grounded or whatever. You can just, wherever you feel like they need love. They don't need to keep them with them at all time. Even if they think that it's silly and they throw it away, it's okay, because the gesture has been taken care of. And remember, with all magic, but especially with Ariel's magic, you receive it by giving it away. Now with the candy, you can do the same thing. You can give that candy to somebody. Would you like a piece of candy? Would you like a piece of candy? Especially with somebody that you feel needs it. Now, if you need that love, you go ahead and eat that candy yourself. And like I said, if you can't eat candy, just bury it. Just bury it. Now, again, if you're giving these things to somebody, you're not doing it with the intention that something specific is going to happen for them. You're not casting a spell on them. What you're doing is you are giving love away in order to receive it. You're giving love in order to share it. What they do with it is up to them. You don't have to worry about whether they receive it or not. So it's a wonderful tool, these little candies. Now, like I said, chocolate is another really good candy for Ariel. Either the honey candy, the honey drops, which are traditional for her, but also any kind of chocolate covered almonds are especially good for this, right? And just allowing yourself to give love in order to receive it. Now, you can keep this talisman for as long as you like. You could even hide it away in your home somewhere. I like to put it in like the Book of Psalms, or I like to put it in a book somewhere, or on top of it. It doesn't need to be broadcasting like some of those other talismans. So it's okay if you just stick it in a book somewhere and just hide it away. And anytime you feel like you need more love, you can take it out and anoint it and charge it again with a similar sort of a ritual as this. So we just let those candles burn down and out before we do anything. And like I said, you can gather these things up and put them in a charm bag for yourself, but do at least keep some of this to give away. So you don't need to keep it all for yourself. You can give it away. And remember, to give it away is to receive it. All right, let's see if we have any questions here. Ba-doop-ba-dum. Oh, let's see. Oops, here's the... Nope, no questions. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with some more on our astral projection class. Tomorrow's going to be class number 2 in astral projection, and then we'll be back on Friday for a complete witch's rosary, which is definitely sacred to the Archangel Anael. And we will also be back on Saturday for a psalm spell, and Sunday we will have a live stream lecture, and then Tuesday, again, we have our tarot class at 9:45 a.m. Pacific. Magic streams Wednesday through Sunday, 10:15. Tarot Tuesdays at 9:45 a.m. Don't forget, we also have an entire tarot channel for readings, and that's Ariel Gatoga Tarot on YouTube, or right here where you are on Twitch. All right, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the amazing moderators. Today we had the lovely Heather and the lovely Chad on YouTube and the lovely Shirley on Twitch. I'm sorry if I did not remember to mention them before. I was a little rushed trying to get this spell together before 10:15, which I barely made by the skin of my teeth. So yay, Ariel. And we will see everybody real soon. Much love and many, many blessings.